Hello. Welcome back to another live session. Friday, NFP day, big live coming up. First session, also there will be another one. So full of trading day. Let's begin today with a different expectation, as there is something happening today different, right? Keep in mind that in trading, it's essential that you always keep different expectation. Coming up in few hours, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. And today in this live session, we will be fully analyzing the chart for the upcoming sessions and trades coming up, and looking at the market to see where there is trading opportunity. Before I start this full analysis, traders, I'd like you to give a thumbs up here. Smash the like button now. And also say something on the live chat so that I know that how many members currently on the stage to start today's analysis. Welcome. Welcome. So let's begin first of all Xauusd, and then also you will be looking at other pairs such as dollar yen, Gbpjpy, dollar CAD also trending. We will be looking at AUD USD and also GBP USD. Let's look at that. Beginning with, first of all, welcome. Okay, so let's first begin with gold, as this instrument is on a trend. Looking at daily, what we have seen after yesterday's move, we saw the candle closed with a long wick rejection on the daily time frame now. Where the market is potentially heading on gold, that's a very important question. We see that sellers very aggressive in this market. Is the sound is okay, guys? Can you let me know in the live chat? Yesterday was not streaming, but I was just on the stream. So is the live is on? It's streaming to your PC. Sound is fine, thank you. Welcome. Let's adjust the chat. All right, cool. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Gold first. Okay, which instrument you want me to see first? Gold or currency? If you want gold, say yes, gold, or write gold on the live chat. If I see that majority of the members wants gold, then we can begin with gold and rock it up. Gold, okay. Lose ask for gold. I'm waiting 2 minutes to see what everyone wants. So I see that, okay. Ahmed ask gold. MAGFX ask for gold. Anyone else on gold? Okay. Remius gold. Patience gold. Teresa gold. Anyone else on gold? Kevin gold. All right. All right. So we see that most member wants gold. We will be starting with gold. Now, what do I look at when I begin my day? What do I look at when I begin my day? That's very important to discuss, as the first sight is very important when we are looking at the chart. Whenever I sit down for the day on my desk, the first thing that I look at is daily time frame. Now, looking at daily will give you a very clear understanding of the overall picture of the market. So you can see that this is the daily market starting from here, boom, back to this support level. And when the market dropped to that support on the daily, what do you see? That there was a very aggressive and sharp rejection from the top. And that rejection that we can see from the top, from this resistance, one single impulse with this daily move here, followed by, when it comes down to the turn, that means seller's turn, buyer's turn. Seller's turn, we need to look at from the context of the sports, who is mostly dominant in this market. That's what we need to look at. That's where the key here. There's a big difference between trading as well as, if you are going for shopping or on a supermarket, a big difference, because when you are going to shopping, when the price is low, buy, when the price is high, sell. But in trading, more often the other way around, but not quite exactly. We are not going to also sell from the lower low. That's a halfway. So in trading, we need to sell the market that is falling, not the market that is in the low, just to see the market reversed. We'll be buying the market that is rising, quite opposite of the shopping mall. So the market we will be buying that is rising, but at the same time, short-term breakdown needed to find a pullback area, to find an edge or the zone to trade the market. And that's what we are looking at here. Now if you look at here on the daily, what do you see? Just by looking at, without any analysis, without doing anything, very clearly we can see that this is a falling market. That's why I'm looking at the daily chart. It's a falling market. And what is falling is likely to fall. That's what happened in trading over and over again. So buying in a falling market is futile. So because it's a falling market, now what justifies that it's a falling market? Let's understand now the technicality, because there are two things here. Is you look at the naked eye, okay, the naked chart, how the market structure is being built, and then you look at the technicality of that view that you can see in the market. So that being said, look at the price section here. If you look at this red candle, huge bearish engulfer, followed by another bearish engulfer. So we see that back to back after 4 bearish engulfer. When it comes to the buyers, it has created a very smaller, narrower green candle. And with this smaller, narrower green candle, the market has crossed that high, and then boom, another bigger red candle, followed by we see a long wick daily candle, a long wick candle. So that being said, whenever it is buyer's turn, it is getting rejection. So there is a seller in this market rather than the buyers. So it's a falling market. And also what we see here, there is a crossover of 10 and 20 EMA. EMS are important, very important. These are the indicators that I use. These are oldest indicator, right? I don't rely on that, but that gives a very clear information on what's happening in the market, where the price is in relation to the 20 EMA and 10 EMA. That way you can see that the blue is 20 EMA, the red is 10 EMA. And both of these EMA, because they crossed from each other, okay, they crossed from each other, and candle closed back below after this cross. There is a potential for this market to have a bearish momentum here. So from the price action point of view, that means the market structure, and also from the indicator, that means that EMS point of view, we see that this market is currently bearish and on the daily. Therefore, we will be looking for sell on the lower time frame. Now, the next thing coming is the zone, where we will be looking for entry. Now, because we are a day trader, at the moment we will be looking at the daily high and the daily low. Okay, so daily high and the daily low. As an FP, that's gonna be the zone that you will be looking for sell from the top. And if we can find short-term buy from the bottom, though the trend is down, but as you will be trading on the 5 minutes, cautiously, if we see a strong rejection coming to the daily resistance, we can look for buying. But mostly our eye here will be for a potential sell in this market as a day trader. Like this stream, guys. If you're enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe. NFP day, as you know, that coming up in a couple of hours, we'll try to crash this news to have some profitable trading opportunity coming up. Average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and also unemployment rates. Those are the news that you will be looking at today for any entry in this market. So let's look at now 4-hour chart here. What do you see? From the intraday, this is also showing bearish trend. The trend is very prevalent here. Also, there is a crossover, and the market had a sharp pullback with quite a few sessions of consolidation. After this bear flag, the market has broken back below from the bear flag as expected, and then again retested the 20 EMA, 10 EMA, and the market is now again it started to drop back below in that direction here from this 10 EMA. So looking at that here on the 15-minute chart, okay, so here is what we can see that on the 15 minutes, and now we will be looking at the lower time frame here on the this is the 5-minute chart. And if you can look at here, you can see this is where the market is. This is a head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. And with this head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder, we see the market is currently, this is an important level of resistance. We have seen today's high is here. The price has reached that level, and from that zone, what we can expect here that this market potentially to fill that zone here to remain bearish. And looking at 1 hour chart here, 1 hour time also important, because this is where we will be seeing that the market is potentially be showing the trend for the daily high and low move here. So that being said, what we can expect here in this market, in this lower time frame, this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. There is a, you can see here, this is where the price has tested the 10 and 20 EMA on the 15 minutes and trying to form a bearish price action for this potential move back below. From the 4-hour chart here, that we can see after the 10 EMA retest on the 4-hour, this is the session's high, the current candle, and this is current session's low. And as this market, this is the green candle, has bounced back to the upside, we could see now the price to drop back down below in that area. And therefore, the lower time frame here is, we see there is a head and shoulder is being formed here. And with this head and shoulder, the market may potentially trend here to create a new lower low in this market. Now, if this head and shoulder, the 15 minutes that we can see from the 1 hour, also we see that bearish price action. And if this head and shoulder is forming on the 15 minutes, we may see that potentially the market to drop again certain level here. But if this is not forming that head and shoulder, if this candle on the 15 minutes closing as a doji or as a bull candle, we may see that this market possibly to break to the upside here, or even further upside to create a new higher high in this market. Here is what we can see, the previous session's high and the current sessions in the middle. This is the daily low here. For us, for an entry, we need to see that the market has again potentially retested the current session's high. So I'm marking it down. So today's sell area for us potentially that we will be looking at 3296 or 97 level. Potential sell zone for today here. And with this potential sell zone for today that you can see from that level, expecting this market to trend back here to this support level. And any bounce back to the upside is where we will be looking for selling opportunity. That's what we will be waiting for this market to give us potential trade setup on this lower time frame. And this is the 4-hour resistance. The current sessions, we have 4-hour candle to close for around 2.5 an hour. Now before the candle close, either we could see the market straight drop back to the daily low or going up again for another retest. Now plan here is to trade with the major trend. The major trend here is bearish. And because it's a bearish trend, we will be waiting for this market to bounce, grab the liquidity, and then to reject. So once we see the market is on the session's high, keeping the stop loss above the daily high, which will be around 45, 46 pip or 50 pip, we can look for a target for around nearly to 100 pip below for this market. Very simple trading plan, very easy to understand. If you're a complete beginner also, it's easy for you. But I would like to see that how many members here a complete beginner or you have some experience as a trader. Can you share your thought on the live chat? Are you a complete beginner or you have some experience as a trader? Well, I'm trading for 5 years. So you are nearly to the edge of success. 5 years trading is ideal to become an experienced trader, to become profitable as a trader. As a rule of thumb, if you can hang long enough, at least for 3 years to 5 years, you are done with trading because it's not easy to stay that longer. Experienced, okay, 1 year in the game. Okay, 1 year is probably you started to getting to understand how trading works, but I highly encourage you to stick no matter what. That's how trading is. And it's the thing that no skill required, no education required. The only thing required is you to become dedicated in that craft of becoming a profitable trader. And the only skill that you need is to press the button to buy or sell. And patience. Dedication to learn and grow as a trader. I'm holding gold from 2690 level till next year. You mean from past year? I'm also 1 year, okay? 6 months, Kevin. Those are in 1 year, 6 months. You can consider yourself as an intermediate or a beginner trader. But once you become good at it, there is a curve, okay? Some people learn fast. Three years, not yet 100, getting, yeah, 3 years means you are getting to the point of becoming an break-even trader. You are becoming a break-even trader. Now, getting there is not hard. It's just sticking to it. The only skill that we discuss in trading you need is you to become dedicated as a trader. It's simple, guys. This is the simplest thing that I have ever found. Very simple, right? You need to find a level to buy and sell, and then just from that level, as per the strategy, buy or sell. Risk management is very important depending on your risk appetite. Risk management doesn't mean that you don't take any risk at all. You need to take risk for a reward. That's how everything works. I'm going to trade until successful option for me. Well, that's how the statement should be. That's how the statement should be, that you're gonna be successful until you become successful. You're gonna be trading. There is no other way around. Okay, so that's how you open the door forever. Do 90% of the trader lose? Yes. But not, if you consider those who quit in 1 year, if you exclude them, if you can stick to 5 years, then you can bring the success rate to very high. Most traders quit in 3 to 6 months. And that's the majority of this 90%. And as a matter of fact, those who quit in 3 to 6 months, they quit everything in 3 to 6 months. Even in marriage, you'll see that. So therefore, the quitter never wins. Complete beginner, okay. If you're a complete beginner, you are welcome here. 99% welcome. Yes, everything is live here. Everything. I do share all my trades. Welcome. Okay, so now here is what you can see in this area on the potential sell zone with this 15 minutes rejection from this level. With this 15 minutes rejection, we can see the market slowly trying to build that pressure back below here. Now, going back to the 4-hour chart, what do you see? The market is, in fact, started to break below. Keeping the lines that we need for the levels, deleting the one that we don't need on the lower time frame. Now, this is the 15 minutes price action here. We can see that this is where the resistance. One thing very important to look at here in this lower time frame, we have a potential level that on the 4-hour resistance. And at the same time, it created a bearish engulfer here on the 15 minutes, breaking out of that head and shoulder. That break may take this price back below to this today's low here. This is the daily price action. The market is just below this daily low, and from that low we could see the market to retest again or rejecting back above. And that's what our eye here is, the market to potentially break below and then continue to drop here to this support level. Looking at that in that area with this level, so this is the current session's head and shoulder. This is the support which is turning resistance in that area. Who is my most successful trader? There is no specific indicator that determine who is most successful trader. The most successful trader, you can be one. Those who stay in trading must be a successful trader. 9 EMAs, 18 EMA is better. We use both 10 and 20 EMA. Success determined by you. What it looks like for you to become successful as a trader. If a person doing a job and not enough to travel or go out for a additional dinner or lunch, or maybe have a holiday, by trading just for 30 minutes a day or maybe an hour a day, earning $200 or $300 a day additional, and that's a consistent gain, can be a great success, rather than making 1 million in a month and then going all back. Depends on how you consider success as a trader. What's your definition of success as a trader? You can share in the live chat. What do you want out of trading? That will determine your success as a trader. Well, we can see that after this 15 minutes bearish engulfer with the crossover 10 and 20 EMA, it's now started to break that neckline of that head and shoulder. And with this breakdown, it's approaching that key level of support here. We will be waiting for here until we see the market has done its proper pullback to the upside. I just need $1,000 a month. What should be my capital? It depends on what you are using, what strategy you are using. What's your success rate in your trading? You can gain $1,000 from a $10,000 account, or you can gain it from $50,000 account, depending on your risk appetite, your strategy. If you want $1,000 a day a month, first determine that how you will be trading. What is strategy? What is your trading style? Determine it even by using a demo account to learn it first. The focus is first learn and then think of making. That's where you start to grow as a trader. Education is the key. Without education, it's not easy to become a trader. And that's why this live session, this channel that you guys see, and every day I'm posting heaps of contents to help the members, to help the trader to become a successful trader. You also join the Telegram. You can find link below this video, where I'm posting also regular updates, education, as well as analysis. Now, again, we are going back to the chart. We set the potential sell zone to this resistance line, where this is the 4-hour resistance. We are looking for the market to show up its hand. TJ patterns. It will take a lot of patience and development to know what you are looking for in trading. You have to remain student within this skill set. Yep. You can find link below this video. I can share with you the Telegram link below this in this live chat. This is free Telegram. You can join there, and once you join there, you can find regular updates to join the premium group, where I do share regular updates, regular trades, as well as ideas that I'm posting every day. It will take a lot of patience and development to know what you are looking for in trading. You have to remain a student within this skill set. In fact, becoming a trader means that in one direction, in one way, you're gonna trade and use your skill, what you have learned, and at the same time, you have to keep other side open in learning. There's always new information. There's always a new strategy. There's always room for growth as a trader. Not only in trading, in every areas. You have to keep a growth mindset so that you can learn and grow as a trader. So to become a trader successful, focus on growing the skill by learning how to trade and how to become consistent as a trader. So here is what we can see on the lower time frame from the 15-minute chart. There is a break of head and shoulder. The price has just broken the neckline of this head and shoulder, and the price now is trying to push back here. Daily level, this is the daily resistance line, expecting it to potentially bounce for a pullback before we look for an entry. Now, as this market is now trying to break below from this head and shoulder, our bias here to sell as a trader. Now, while we are selling as a trader, we also can look for potential entry whenever it is appearing here. Also, you can visit www.forextradingwizard.com for educational content that we have in the academy. So Trade with the Trend, where you can find more information on all the courses that are available for you to learn and grow as a trader. Okay, so with that break below here, it's now pushing back to the upside from the daily level, again going back to the upside here. So we see that lower time frame. I'm looking at the 5 minutes current session, crossing that price back to the upside. We are looking here from this level. There is a rejection back below, potentially bouncing back here for another step of liquidity grab in that area. The key here is to find a zone where the probability is very high. And you can see that from the 5 minutes, after this 10 and 20 MA crossover, there was a sharp rejection. Currently, the market is testing this neckline of this head and shoulder. This is 5 minute chart. Now here, if this market is going back to retest this level again, we can look for selling from those area to this level. Always to look for the best zone for selling or buying the market. If you look at the same kind of price action that has formed here, and you can see it's trying to push back again to the upside. So this is the current daily resistance line. The price is just in between this daily support and resistance. Waiting on the market to show its potential back to the upside before we look for this sell here. Today's NFP, as you know that, let's review the calendar to see where potentially it's heading to. Coming up later, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, and also followed by ISM manufacturing PMI at the almost in the middle of NY session. And with those news, the market is going to be pretty volatile. As you know, during the NFP, we do open positions, as that's a very good area, good time for us to find best trade possible in the market. And as we look at the gold market, it's currently in a downtrend. NFP coming up, we could see a bigger move here. And that's what I'm waiting for, an entry to this market for this upcoming session. And you can see here, after retest, it got that rejection back below. It's maintaining the downtrend, and it's potentially to come back here to this support level. Now find an entry. If you look at the 15 minutes from this support and resistance, so you saw that there is a rejection back below. So with the 15 minutes close, that you can see the market bounce back to the upside, tested the neckline, and then getting the rejection back below here. Now, if this market now again moving to the neckline, this is the current session's high here. This is the previous support and resistance at 328990 level. And that's where we will be looking into potential sell trade to this market to test this support. The market is maintaining that bearish market structure with a 5 minutes continuous downtrend. From the multi-time frame analysis, that you can see this market potentially to trend back down here. This is the 4-hour support. which is potentially to be 30 pip back below this market. We might find an entry. I'm waiting for that possible setup. As it is a downtrending market, we will be looking into the sell. Once we see the market has shown that probability to drop. Looking again, multi-time frame analysis. So the 4-hour support that you can see this market is approaching is this level. 5 minutes is here. What we are looking at here, the market is having that push back up. Would like to see this market is going back up to this resistance line, to this 10 EMA on the 5 minutes, and then to reject back below again. Now, if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see it's forming a doji in that area. For us to find an entry as we are progressing with the session, we see there is a 1 hour candle closing, which is in 1 minute time. And with the candle close, we may see that the market potentially to trend again back below here. With the current candle close on the 5 minutes and the 1 hour, the possibility for the market to drop to that 4-hour support is higher. So I'm going to place sell order from this level with this 1 hour candle close for this potential drop back below, keeping the stop loss above this swing high for this potential drop to this support level on gold. We'll be later explaining the strategy. So short-term sell opportunity, possibly with proper risk management, of course, as with only few pips stop loss here, 28 pips stop loss, expecting it to break the low here, and I'm on the trade waiting for a possible drop to the support level. And as soon as you see the market has broken back below, we'll be taking the profit for the short term period. It's a 1 hour price action. If we look at the market has a potentially to break below, as we can see the market has created that structure in that area. And this is the 5-minute chart, expecting it to this is the 1 minute also potential bearish candle formation. This is the 15 minutes price action, and looking at the 30 minutes and the 1 hour, we can see that there is a sharp bearish drop in that area. Okay, once the market break this swing low here, we'll be able to see around 20 pip potential gain. We'll be taking it with the 20 pip if the market drops to that swing low here to create a potential lower low in this market. It's a smaller trade, smaller gain could be, but we will be taking as soon as it reaches some areas that we are looking into, this one here. Dropping further back below, and I'll give a shout out whenever I am closing out with the profit. Still holding on to that, waiting for this support to be potentially be broken. It's coming back below here, and expecting that the market to break that low here. With the next move, next swing low, we will be out with the trade very soon. Get ready to close it, and I'm going out with the trade with the running profit taken out of the trade. I'm out with the trade with not many pip, but we gain that pip. That's the key here. I'm out with the trade. Give a feedback, guys. Another successful trade. Thanks for joining here. Let's keep trading, and I'm looking forward to open more position. And in the meantime, if you enjoyed the trade, I would like to see how many members have taken this trade or taken the profit of the trade. We appreciate the feedback. We have closed the trade as on the 4-hour support, and we may see that this market to go up for a deeper pullback, or we may see further downside, and as coming up in NFP in few hours, just 4 hours from now, 4.5 now, there will be news, and I will be coming on live just 4 hours from now to trade NFP, and looking to see bigger move coming up in the next session. I invite you to trade with me NFP live, and from the NFP we will be taking few members on the mentorship to help the traders to gain momentum to become better as a trader. Thank you, and very soon coming up another live. I'll see you there again, trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy. In 2 hours time, I'm coming to trade again with all of you. Stay tuned.